Hello everyone, I am here today to talk to you about balance, and I'm all about what it takes to fit things into our daily lives. You know, as a mom, someone who has worked in an office, we need to find ways to fit in things for our health and well-being that fit into our days and our daily lives. So the great thing is about balance, you can fit it in anywhere, anytime, whether you're at work, at home with your children, standing in line at a store, watching your kids participate in sports. You can fit these things in absolutely anywhere. And balance is often overlooked, and it's such an important part of fitness and performing optimally, whether that's sports or daily life activities, and also great for fall prevention. So a key thing is to do it barefoot if you can, because our feet get weak and our ankles, they get very weak and they lose their proprioception. So they don't get the proper messages to the rest of your brain and your body about where you are in space. So when you're barefoot, all those receptors are actively working and you work your muscles more. The shoes do the work for you, and sandals are really not good for the feet. So being barefoot and fitting in some balance, you can fit it in 30 seconds, a minute. You can do it as a warm-up to an activity. You can do it while you're watching TV or with your kids at the playground. So you want to start barefoot, and you always want to make sure your posture is aligned. And anything we can do, know that you can add fun things to it. Fun makes things great because kids love fun things. We love fun things. We're more motivated to do fun things. So fit in fun things, and challenging. We want it to be challenging. So these things make it more challenging. A garden pad, a seat cushion that used for sports, a half roll. It has two sides for different levels. So what you start with your feet pointing forward, right? And if balance is hard for you, you start there. And then you can gradually go to on the ball of your foot and then gradually lift up your leg and do one leg. So that would be static balance. And you can decide what works best for you. Always follow your doctor's guidance. But while you practice balancing, you can also do a stretch for your chest and your arms and your wrists. So this is a good way. And this stretch here, it looks simple, but simple can be very effective and useful tool. If we're sitting at the computer all day, this is a great way to remind those mid-back muscles and upper back muscles how to work properly. And a great time to practice our diaphragmatic breathing. So another way, if you're just beginning with balance, start with one foot in front of the other. And you can always go on your tiptoes, whether it's 1 foot or 2 feet. So anything we do, you can modify, and everything can be made simpler or more complex depending on your ability level. So, and just to give you an example, so if you're standing stagger stance or one leg or on your toes, you take one of these, and that's my left side now. We always want to do left and right no matter what, so our bodies are more symmetrical. And you're working both sides of your brain and your body. So anyway, you'll notice when you do this, and you can do it in all kinds of positions. What it does, it not only is forcing your proprioceptors and your muscles in your feet and ankles to work more, but it is really working your core more. So another great one to do, and again, you can add the balance pads to this, and what it looks like on here, you know, a static balance would be just standing and holding. Dynamic would be walking. And if you flip this over, these are easy to get. If you're not sure where to get them, contact me. I can let you know. Static, you can do both ways. You can do different positions. Just always making sure you're aligned properly with your posture. So one easy thing to do that I like to do and like to show people are clock reaches. So imagine you're standing in the middle of a clock, 12 o'clock's right in front of you, and then you just do reaches and touch your toe. Now to start out, if that seems hard, you don't have to bend this leg. You can just keep it soft, toes pointing forward, and you can just kind of guide your foot around. If that feels better, you can do a certain number, however many reps you want to do. And as you get more comfortable with the balance, you can do reaches. So you go to 12 o'clock and you can hold for 1 count, 3 counts, 10 counts, whatever you want. And then you go diagonally around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and you can put your arms here or you can leave them down. This is great because we're all driving and at the computer so much. Just want to make sure your knee stays over your second toe, between your second and third toe. And every time you come up, make sure you engage and fully stand tall. And then you can do it on the other side. We always do right and left. If you add that punch ball into this, it's a much bigger challenge. And maybe one day you just do the side ones. Maybe another day you go back to front instead of around the clock. So those are just some simple ways that you can do balancing. And what happens when you use, like this is a personal training tool, an Eric's pad, and you can see my foot has to work a lot harder on it to balance. And again, you can do the same thing on the floor. If balancing is new to you, start with the ball of your foot, then go to stagger stance. And then gradually lift up, add the punch ball to it. This is still enough. You can also use a pillow. Pillows are a little tougher though, depending on the pillow. But it forces you to really grip with your toes when you're doing this. And a great way to work on your posture, take a break from work. Our brains really need breaks throughout the day, and so do our bodies to function optimally. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and please let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Have a fabulous day. Bye.